in Saarbrücken, Titus Kanik. Titus Kanik muss ran gegen die aktuelle Nummer 9 der Welt. Ein Mann, der 7 Major-Turniere in seiner Karriere gewinnen konnte. Er war auch auf der European Tour erfolgreich 2016 in Hamburg. Und er stand in Leverkusen und in München in diesem Jahr bereits im Halbfinale. Schön, dass er den Weg hier nach Saarbrücken gefunden hat. Herzlich willkommen, The Machine, James Wade.
The penultimate match of the first round here at the German Darts Open sees the East European qualifier Titus Kanik from Poznan in Poland taking on 9 times PDC major winner and a man who's looked in good form at the start of this year, especially on the European Tour, James Wade. Chris Murphy alongside myself, Mike Lawrence, for this one, and looking forward to this one to see how the young Pole does against James Wade, who, as I say, is looking good at the moment.
Yeah, a couple of semi-finals already from the first 2 events on the European Tour in 2018 for James Wade. He's trying to force his way back into the seeding so he doesn't have to play in these Friday sessions. Both times he's come a cropper at the hands of Peter Wright, who will join the action tomorrow. And Wright in turn has then been beaten by Michael van Gerwen in each of the finals. The winner of this one, though, will go on to face Mervyn King in round 2.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, James to throw first. Game on.
And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how James Wade progresses, if James Wade progresses over the course of the weekend, because he has been showing signs of a return to the form that has seen him mop up all those major titles. And I know that Dan Dawson has been saying that he thinks it's not too far away
58.
for James Wade to add to that tally if he continues this renaissance.
Looks like a tall chap, does Titus.
60.
The only Polish player on the PDC Tour.
140.
European Q-School winner.
Yeah, it's interesting because Krzysztof Ratajski has won a PDC title this year, but is not classed as a PDC professional by virtue of not holding a tour card in one of the UK Open qualifiers. Titus set to partner him at the World Cup of Darts.
133.
Good setup there to leave himself a finish, just in case. And Wade is going to...
100.
Well, he's found a dart with the...
Jesus, you require
found a treble with the last dart, rather, so
170.
it's a rather easier finish now than his opponent, but... You can only get one dart at double.
James, you
There
require
might be a chance
101.
for an early break of throw.
That's a good setup. He loves the double top and the double 10. Double top it is for a 101.
Games on the first
No message from
leg.
James Wade.
Yeah,
Second
silly
leg
to
features
suggest that
the
there'd be a
first
chance for
game
a
on.
break of throw with James Wade on a finish like that.
Good solid start from the
100.
machine. We did see Titus in Leverkusen, the opening European event, the European Darts Open, as James Wade hits his first maximum of the match at the start of the second leg. Yeah, Titus beating Jan Dekker in the opening round
97.
before falling into the hands of Simon Whitlock.
Yeah, that was his European Tour bout. Wade, of course, a winner on the Euro Tour.
60.
A couple of titles on the machine, picking up wins in Gibraltar and one, of course, in
57.
Germany in 2016. In addition to those semi-finals on the Euro Tour this year, he's also had a couple on the Players' Championship circuit, including one that he converted into a final.
85.
He was beaten by Michael van Gerwen. Kanik's open the door.
105.
So we'll look to put a dent in this, will Titus. No outshot, of course, from 162.
98. James, you require
James
96.
here then for a break of throw. And to go 2-0 up.
72. Titus, you require 64.
Wanting 64.
James on the second leg. Titus Kanik.
Outshot.
Third leg, James to throw first.
That European match player title that I mentioned
100.
in May 2016, that remains the most recent title that James Wade has won. So for a player that's picked up as many
58.
as he has, that is quite a long, barren spell. It's almost 2 years since he beat Dave Chisnell, 6-5 in that final.
100.
There's no Premier League action, of course, for James Wade this year either.
121.
2.5 years between the end of 2011 and the middle of 2014 between winning titles, James Wade, and that was his longest spell without
100.
tasting tournament victory, and it was on the European tour that he put that right in Gibraltar, a win that he earmarked as a crucial one in his career.
59.
Not long after that, he went on to beat Mervyn King in that famous comeback in the Masters final.
So you could probably say he's due another victory.
100.
And given the success he's enjoyed on the European tour, who's to say it won't come on this European tour, which has been dominated by Michael van Gerwen so far.
99.
Peter
James,
Wright
you require
making
101.
both finals against MVG. He's taken out 101 already in this match, and he's looking for double top again.
61.
Can't do it that time.
Titus, you require 164.
Kanik is a long way behind, but he can still do this. He can still do this.
139. James, you require
So
40.
near, yet so far.
Games on the third leg. James Wade, fourth leg Titus to throw first. Game on.
Double 10. So that's set up all coming to naught for Kanik.
100.
Just one match left for this first round. Keegan Brown takes to the stage after this against Jermaine Watermaner of the Netherlands.
99.
Yes, our first round will then be complete, and we'll know the second round lineup, which will get underway tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock local time here in Germany, when Darren Webster takes on Steve West. The seeds all coming into play tomorrow. Darren Webster seeded 14 up against Steve West, who looked very good earlier on this afternoon
41.
against Matthew Edgar.
Yeah, except one. A reminder that Simon Whitlock will not be travelling to Saarbrücken. Whitlock has pulled out.
100.
He's been suffering with an illness for the last few weeks, and it's just got the better of him. So he's decided to rest up. That hands a bye to Daniel Larsson, who we saw early today defeat Jan Dekker.
100.
A very good weekend already for the Swede.
93.
Yes, for reaching the third round, Larsson will be guaranteed £3,000.
55. Titus, you require 108.
The 108. Didn't need to go that
64.
visit anyway. It does allow James Wade the opportunity to apply some pressure.
85. Titus, you require 44.
To bring us all square then, double 16.
Games on the fourth
Certainly
leg.
good on the
Titus
two-shot
Kanik, fifth leg James to
combinations
throw
is
first.
Kanik.
He's had some decent wins on the Pro Tour, but
59.
not really any that have turned into strong runs to the deep end of tournaments so far in his debut season as a PDC Pro.
48.
Of course, has appeared at the World Cup before. He's beaten the likes of Steve West, but he's not got past the last 32
60.
stage of anything. Did win a couple
40.
of matches at the World Masters last year before.
Germany, of course, also the host nation for the World Cup. Looking forward to that in June.
93.
Yeah, we've been mentioning all the possible pairings for the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's the England team really that's up in the air right now.
59.
It looks like Rob Cross and Dave Chisnell, based on the rankings. That would be a huge change. Of course, Chisnell partnered Adrian Lewis last year.
140.
Always been known as Lewis and Taylor. Obviously, James Wade has partnered Phil Taylor in that one before too.
140. James, you require
And that
149.
man's now looking at 149. He's got a couple of visits.
$109.
Nicely set up for that double top when he returns.
100.
Well,
James,
it's
you require
very rare
40.
that his opponent returns when he's got 3 darts in hand and 40 on
Game
the scoreboard.
on the 5th leg. James Wade.
And he
6th leg.
illustrates
Titus
that point
2
rather
for
well.
5th. Game on.
Wade is creeping back up the world rankings too. He momentarily dropped out of the top 10, but he's back up to number 9 in the world
96.
now and chasing down Simon Whitlock above him.
And solid so far, both players averaging
45.
around 90 at the moment. As you can see there.
If you follow that
46.
line of world ranking positions as well, it just shows how good a player James Wade is, because for someone to have had a bad couple of years and still be in the top 10.
Yeah.
96.
Not really hitting the heights that he has been here though. He's
85.
put in some very dominant performances as well of late, and that has not really been the Wade way over the years.
44.
Yes, won't be impressed with that. Has a little mutter to himself as he retrieves his darts from the board.
58.
And maybe sometimes with Kanik being, you know, an unknown quantity, maybe that sometimes it can be difficult for players to maybe raise their game to that next level.
Yeah, well, it's the first time that
82.
James Wade has come up against him. We'll be aware of him on the tour. Kanik
100.
won one of the
Titus,
days
you
of the
require
European Tour, still beating
134.
Jose Justicia, who we saw win a match earlier today.
$96. James, you require 76.
That favourite double top, will it come to his aid again?
36.
Not this time.
Titus, you require 38.
Yeah, could have been a crucial point there for James Wade to break there and move too clear. Instead, Kanik gets a chance. Went straight for it, just taking a step back to recompose himself.
30. James, you require
Now a real
40.
chance for James Wade to really take control in this tie.
Game shot on the
Trusty
6th
Thames
leg.
does the job.
James Wade. seventh leg, James
And a
to
two-leg
throw
advantage
first.
for the first
Game
time
on.
in this match now. And can James Wade start to turn the screw and push on and get the job done?
60.
Or will the Polish debutant on the PDC Tour this year
57.
cause an upset and take the famous scalp of James Wade here?
We'll have to say it's not looking likely. James Wade has not been
134.
anywhere near the excellent standard that we've seen of late, but he looks assured, he looks in control.
140.
It's more like the old Wade where that he's doing exactly what he needs to do to beat the opponent in front of him.
180.
Wade's second maximum of the match.
140. James, you require 127.
He's found the treble 19, wants the bullseye.
86. Titus, you require 164.
Had to go for it, but he will be back.
46.
Well, he won't mind
James,
that
you require
miss
41.
because it gives him a chance to leave tops again.
Game shot the
And once
seventh
again,
leg.
there is the outcome. James Wade on the brink.
First, game on.
Setting up a second round clash with Mervyn King.
Yep, as we said,
93.
solid performance by James Wade, if unspectacular, but getting the job done, hitting the doubles.
140.
Already some tasty encounters set up for tomorrow, particularly tomorrow evening. We're going to see Peter Wright take on Max Hopp. And Rob Cross
60.
against Dimitri van den Berg in the final match tomorrow night. A repeat of that World Championship Classic.
140, followed by a ton 80. Wadey wants to get back to the hotel, get the job done,
41.
and prepare for that match tomorrow against Mervyn King. Here he goes again. We'll have to switch, obviously.
127.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he's got his transport booked, but all of a sudden he's gone up a few gears, James Wade.
James, you require
Could finish
54.
it with an 11 dart leg. Double top to do so.
Game
Very, very
shot
good stuff
and
from
the
James
match.
Wade as he
James
races past Titus
Wade.
Kanik to move into the second round where he will face Mervyn King. Once again, it's a start, another step for James Wade. Could this be the weekend where he picks up another title? Wade moves through. We've got one more match to go. Keegan Brown against Jermaine Latamena, but we'll grab a quick word rather with the machine before that.
Chancenlos gegen James Wade, der damit morgen auf Mervyn King trifft in der zweiten Runde. So, das Glas Wasser geäxt. James, congratulations. In the beginning it was difficult. At the end, and a big loss for the darts family. No, you don't want to talk about it?
Eric was a great friend of mine. Unfortunately, he wasn't backed up by the people he should have been backed up with towards the end. He was probably responsible for 90% of dart players playing darts today. He was a gentleman. He was a pig. He was inspirational. He was the name of darts. He will always be the recognised dart player across the world. I was very, very fortunate to have known him as Eric. And I feel sorry for the dart players that thought they know him. I was fortunate enough he come to my house for Christmas dinner. I'm going to get a little bit personal now. On the day when I didn't want to wear the Christmas hat, he told me I had to because I was being a miserable sod. Along those lines of Eric. But you know, I was very, very fortunate amongst those few people that he stayed at my house. I experienced Christmas with him, he backed me, and he was a true gentleman, you know. Unfortunately, darts will never have someone like him after. And it's a great loss.
Thanks for these words. Thank you very much, James. James Wade, der da tolle Worte findet in Richtung Eric Bristow. Das habt ihr, glaube ich, alle mitbekommen, vergangenen Donnerstag in Liverpool. Und ich habe ihm die Frage gestellt, weil ich wusste, dass er ein enger Freund von Bristow war und dass sie Weihnachten da vor einem Jahr zusammen gefeiert haben. Eric Bristow, einer, der immer gesagt hat, was er gedacht hat, der angeeckt ist, aber wie James hier sagt, der ein großer Gentleman war und wer ihn kannte, wer ihn als Eric kannte, wusste, was das für ein feiner Kerl ist. Also, offene Worte von James Wade. Ihn sehen wir morgen, wie gesagt, wieder gegen Mervyn King. Ein Match haben wir noch. Keegan Brown tritt an gegen Jermaine Vatimena aus den Niederlanden.